I'm definitely on DeSantis' side. Go woke, go broke.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at companies that were targeted by boycotts after being perceived as supporting progressive causes.
Is this the best a man can get?
Number 10. CocaCola. Coke is closely related to the American South. The Coca-Cola Company was incorporated in Georgia back in 1892, where it's remained ever since. But Georgia lawmakers came under fire in 2021 due to a controversial election law.
Coca-Cola and Delta may be scared of Stacey Abrams, Joe Biden, and the left, but I am not, and we are not as well.
Purportedly to suppress voter fraud, the Election Integrity Act included various restrictions, like requiring identification for absentee ballots and limiting the use of ballot drop boxes. Critics argued that these restrictions were anti-democratic and discriminatory in nature, making it harder for minorities to vote. Numerous companies spoke out against the law, including Coca-Cola, with CEO James Quincy calling it, quote, a step backwards. According to a poll by Rasmussen Reports, however, 52% of Republicans said that they were less likely to buy Coke products in response, and 37% of Americans overall.
It means cancel culture and partisan activists are coming for your business. They're coming for your game or event in your hometown.
Number 9. Nike. The word woke originated in African American English to describe awareness of racial injustice, although it's expanded to include other social inequalities.
We have cops that are murdering people. We have cops in the SFPD that are blatantly racist. And those issues need to be addressed.
One of the earliest attempts to break a brand over wokeness came in 2018, with Nike's ad campaign featuring NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick.
So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if they're crazy enough.
Protesting racial injustice and police brutality, Kaepernick had been kneeling during the national anthem at games. Nike's decision to then feature him in a campaign prompted outrage in some circles and calls for a boycott. Donald Trump weighed in, calling Nike's campaign a terrible message.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out?
However, sales actually increased after the campaign was launched, as did the company's stock price. Number 8. Marvel. The MCU has enjoyed extraordinary success, but it's no longer printing money like it once did. In recent years, Marvel has suffered diminishing box office returns, with fans and critics alike criticizing the storylines and special effects. There's also been a vocal backlash against the inclusion of more diverse stories, and in particular, female leads.
What are you prepared to do?
I'm invincible.
In November 2023, the Marvels experienced the MCU's worst opening weekend ever and has grossed just north of $200 million. Various factors have been blamed: superhero fatigue, unfamiliar characters, lack of promotion due to the Hollywood actors' strike, Disney Plus users waiting for it to hit streaming, and of course, accusations of wokeness.
It's not about how much we lost. It's about how much we have left.
Audience reviews have been kinder, sitting at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Regardless, Marvel faces an uphill battle winning fans back in phases 5 and 6. Number 7. Pepsi. When it comes to PR disasters, it's hard to beat Pepsi's infamous Live for Now commercial. Released in 2017, it shows Kendall Jenner walking through a protest and giving a can of Pepsi to a cop. The crowd cheers wildly as the officer drinks the Pepsi, because Pepsi is awesome or something? It felt inauthentic and like it missed the point, with most criticism coming from the political left, who accused PepsiCo of trying to cash in on the Black Lives Matter movements.
Do you have anything to say about the Pepsi video? Do you have any regrets?
Viewers also took umbrage with the ad's thesis that drinking Pepsi cures all our social ills. It was a huge mess, and Pepsi pulled the ad after just one day.
We don't know what has caused all of America's hot extras to take to the streets. But I'm guessing it's a protest for Attractive Lives Matter.
Number 6. Starbucks. Starbucks has attracted much controversy in recent years.
You can use their John and never move on.
This includes accusations of discrimination, a ban of Pride Month decorations at some stores, and the whole union-busting debacle of 2022. In fact, 2022 was a rough year for the coffee giant in general, as the company was also forced to close 16 locations in major cities due to safety concerns.
Just steps away, a row of tents inhabited by the homeless. And a block away, 3 murders in just the past month due to gun violence.
One factor was their open bathroom policy, which allowed the non-paying public to access their restaurants' bathrooms, which reportedly resulted in an increase in drug use. Kevin D. Williamson of the New York Post called this a grand social justice gesture and sentimental urban progressivism. Starbucks remains the world's biggest coffeehouse chain. Number 5. Gillette. The Go Woke, Go Broke cry really took off with Gillette in 2019.
When I saw that ad, I thought it was brave. I thought it's in line with the work that we as men have to do.
The company launched an ad campaign called The Best Men Can Be, which tackled toxic masculinity following the Me Too movement.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
The initial video was called We Believe, and it received a scathing online response. Men and conservatives in particular condemned its woke messaging, and it became one of YouTube's most disliked videos.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay?
It also resulted in numerous memes, including the So There I Was copy pasta and Bro, Not Cool edits. Gillette's parent company, Procter & Gamble, reported an $8 billion write-down on all Gillette revenue 6 months after. While campaign critics cite the messaging, P&G blames the downturn on competing products, currency fluctuations, and a limited use of razors by consumers. Number 4. Victoria's Secret. Founded in 1977, Victoria's Secret became the leading name in lingerie, a distinction aided by their famous annual fashion show. But since 2016, the company has struggled in the face of competition, a consumer preference for athleisure, and damaging reports of sexual harassment and discrimination. Perhaps most damaging of all ties were between then CEO Les Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein was actually posing as a recruiter for Victoria's Secret.
The company ended their fashion show in 2019 and did away with their iconic angels in 2021 in favor of the more diverse and inclusive VS Collective. However, the brand's revenue hasn't recovered. Some conservatives blame this on the rebrand, while others cite that changes were made too late and felt inauthentic. The Victoria's Secret fashion show returned in 2023, and the company remains North America's biggest underwear brand. Number 3. Target. To celebrate LGBTQIA+ Pride Month in 2023, Target released a collection of merchandise, including a swimsuit for transgender women. A rumor online claimed that the swimsuit was being sold to minors. This was false, but nonetheless helped spark a boycott from angry anti-queer groups over the Pride Month merchandise in general.
It's all now forcing Target into damage control, downsizing its Pride selection in some stores while moving the Pride display to the back of other stores.
Target reported threats to employees and hoax bomb threats. The company's stock price tumbled 15% in addition to a drop in sales. Citing employee safety, Target either removed the Pride displays or relocated them to the back of the stores.
I think they should do what's best for the employees since they're there and they're the ones actually getting harassed, and the LGBTQ community should be open to that and respect it.
Number 2. Disney.
People come here because they know they can't make their own dreams come true.
The Walt Disney Company is one of, if not the most powerful and successful media conglomerates on the planet. But while they're responsible for many of our favorite childhood movies and have bought the rights to most of the rest, some of their recent returns have been less than stellar. There are some quantifiable reasons for this, like the loss of Disney Plus subscribers being tied to their loss of cricket streaming rights. However, outrage from right-wing groups over inclusive stories, casting, and messaging has also been blamed. Disney CEO Bob Iger addressed this in November 2023, saying that he's instructed employees to prioritize storytelling over messaging.
Disney CEO Bob Iger is vowing to quiet the noise around the culture war that has pitted the company against political leaders.
Whether this helps Disney regain the success they once achieved remains to be seen.
And they're trying to, infiltrate, the children. I mean, you think about Disney, you think about kids.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bud Light. In April 2023, transgender TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney uploaded a promotional video to Instagram for Bud Light.
This month I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Anti-trans groups on the right were outraged. Fox News picked up the story, and a boycott followed.
They want to enjoy their beer without a debate.
Kid Rock was particularly upset, filming himself shooting Bud Light cases with a machine gun. The stock price of brewing company Anheuser-Busch fell by 20%, and the company later reported a 17.5% decrease in U.S. sales, resulting in 400 people being laid off.
Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth saying, "We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over beer."
In the wake of the controversy, they also announced that they would no longer be pushing Bud Light as their flagship beer. That distinction now belongs to Michelob Ultra. What do you think of these cases? Let us know in the comments below.
I think it needs to not be political from Disney's perspective. They need to be the happy place for families.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.